Complexity's turn to ban. Invictus Gaming's turn to ban. Complexity's turn to ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Game 2 here between Complexity Gaming and an Invictus Gaming. Well, what a series so far. There's been a lot of gaming, especially on the side of IG in Game 1, because that was not on the level, I don't think, of the stomp we saw yesterday between Na'Vi and... Who were they stomping?
Wasn't it Complexity?
Was it Complexity?
Yeah, they played against Col yesterday, right?
Remaining.
No, that was this morning.
Or was it this morning?
That was this morning we saw Na'Vi got, but it was pretty one-sided today. I believe it ended up with about a lead of about 25,000, might have even touched 30,000 by the time it was over. It was pretty nasty. Complexity are going to have to bring something a little bit different to the board if they want to try and take a game against IG.
Yeah, and they're already doing something a little bit different. Obviously, last game they gave up the Tusk to IG. I think it was Undying was picked third. Tusk was picked in the first two for sure, and then I think
it was just Tusk.
Storm.
Yeah.
Storm was like fourth or fifth.
It was Tusk Undying for IG straight up, because Complexity took the Jar as their first pick last time.
Yeah. You're right. You're definitely right.
10
so
seconds
Complexity
remaining.
getting something a little bit more in their comfort zone with the Tusk pick, something that Z-Freak plays very well. We saw how good he can be on it against Na'Vi when they defended their high ground in that pretty epic game. Now IG. They have a lot of options. Like, they're a team who's been around for ages. All their players are very experienced. They have a huge repertoire of what they can bring to the table. And Complexity, after that loss in game number 1, you got to be looking at it and saying, it wasn't just that we lost. It was like, they had a very good draft against our team, and they executed it perfectly. So I'd be a little bit worried right now. Like, if you're in Complexity's shoes, you got to go with what you think you are the best at. Like, what is your best strategy? And then throw it at IG, because if you don't, already with Queen of Pain being out on the board, like Ferrari's going to be playing that, it's pretty scary.
Yeah, Ferrari's quite pretty good. If anything, I'd say it's on the level, maybe even higher than his Storm Spirit. And his Storm Spirit last game was ridiculous. It was absolutely insane.
His in-fight decision-making and awareness overall, like, he knew exactly what his priority targets were every single time.
Remaining.
Like, he goes in, throws Orchid on Shaker, and then he tries to force out an early Grave on fly by hitting the hero who has less survivability, so he's forced to use his abilities faster and in a suboptimal way. Like, that's just the hallmark of a very experienced initiation type of player, right? And Ferrari is definitely that kind of aggressive style. So IG, they could potentially do the Queen Undying offlane. We've seen that before.
Remaining.
After Complexity having picked up Viper, it seems like you could still run the Queen Viper matchup. You're just not going to be throwing out many daggers. You're just going to be sitting there trying to trade farm and such, which Viper probably will edge you out eventually, but we'll see how it goes. We're only in the second ban phase right now. Complexity, they're taking away the Bounty Hunter. I believe they actually have... No, IG have first pick out of this ban phase. Right? I think. Yeah, I think they do.
Yeah, it would be, yeah, because it's going to go, ban for IG now, then back to Complexity, and then back to IG.
And then ban pick.
Yes. So they might save that for themselves. We'll see what they take out here, IG, though. I mean, Complexity with the Viper. It was a hero we saw a few teams pick up earlier on in the tournament. There's been a few teams playing the Viper, seeming to like it, just for that fact that if you can have a good time in lane, which, as you said, against a quad where you're probably just going to be trading farm, maybe even coming out on top, you're going to get a fairly good timing on the map. And if you can get a good time on a map, especially with a lineup with a Tusk involved, you're going to be ready to go. And they do ban out the DK interest in FIG and Complexity. They take away Burning's PL.
Yeah, I think the PL ban is a really smart idea. It's a hero that actually I don't think either of us have gotten to commentate once, right? He's just always banned in the second phase, or people just... Yeah, they just don't pick it up, but I do find it a bit interesting that IG goes back for the DK ban. Viper is a hero that can be run as a safe laner, don't get me wrong. Like, it's fine if you want to run Viper safe lane. It's not, like, never been seen before, but it's just very uncommon. And I have to say, I don't think Viper's win rate is that great. At least in terms of the games that we've seen. I don't think he's actually won a game.
It's definitely not like a Gyro level of a hero that's been a hero that teams pick up and they win.
Because Cloud9 played it, and I believe it was, who played against MVP, who also played it and got, like, totally punished for the pick. But both of them, I think, actually Like, they just didn't do well at all. And I love this reaction coming in from IG. So it's important to note the pairing of heroes and how they were banned and how they were picked. So they want to pick Bloodseeker. Storm is very good against Bloodseeker, and so is DK. Because DK is a hero who simply just doesn't have to move, right? He's like an impenetrable barrier with BKB on with mass armor and HP, and he just doesn't care if you get Rupture on him.
10 seconds
Storm,
remaining.
he doesn't count as moving when he's using his ultimate because he counts as being
5
invulnerable.
seconds
So he never
remaining.
takes Rupture damage for being able to ball, which means late game, you can pretty much just go ham. And the other thing too,
Reserve time.
is they have no disables at all on IG. So they are tailoring their bans in the second phase to make sure that Complexity are not able to get those two heroes that do so well against that Bloodseeker, who I'm assuming right now it's going to be burning. Like, I'm guessing, but it's still, you can interchange however you want with IG's heroes. The nice thing is we talked about the potential for a dual off lane. I mean, even people can jungle Bloodseeker. It's happened.
It has, yeah. It would be quite a greedy thing to do, but it's definitely the possibility is there if they want to switch it around here. Complexity with their third pick, they're going to go for their Lina. Obviously a hero that they do themselves quite like. We've seen them play it. Obviously last game IG had it trying in the support position. With Complexity picking up, we're probably going to expect to see it in a core role, I'd imagine.
It's going to be mid, I think.
Yeah, and I guess they will put that Viper in the safe lane as IG are anticipating. And IG, they're going to pick themselves up the CM.
Yeah, I like the CM, especially in games where, like, looking at the lanes right now, you have Bloodseeker, you got Undying, you got Queen of Pain. You want some heroes who can actually, like, bully a little bit. And Crystal Maiden is one of those heroes, because even if you only have 1 point into each nuke, throw out a Nova, throw out a little bit of a Frostbite, and you give your Bloodseeker some bonus damage. Same thing can be said for Queen and Undying. They're all lane bullying heroes. That's why we see stuff like Zeus, for example, because he's good at harassing, and the combination, obviously, of Blood Rage plus Zeus is always really fun to see because of the burst damage. But typically when you play that hero, as long as your lanes aren't going, like, horrendously bad, you're going to have a lot of damage all the time. And that just means that you can bully whoever you're laning against, which, up until this point, I don't think Moon has this hero. I think Z-Freak pretty much exclusively plays Tusk for Complexity. Could change it around, I guess, but I've pretty much always seen him play it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and from his performances that we've seen him have on it, I don't see any reason why they're taking off it, yeah. It's almost certainly going to be the Z-Freak Tusk. Fourth pick now for Complexity. We're still looking for what would imagine to be those, well, probably still, yeah, as you said, the offlaner. And that final support here for the side. Looking back at heroes that they have played before, the Flywinter Wyvern is still available.
Yep.
Do you think that could be an option that they might be thinking of here?
Wyvern's actually really good against Seeker. Because typically when you get ruptured, the first thing that happens is, like, you get ruptured, he throws out Blood Right, and then he just charges at you, right? So what you can do is you can just Cold Embrace when you know the silence is going to be there, and that way the Bloodseeker can't just go in and immediately finish you off. The other counterplay you have is, since the curse range is so long, you can sit really far away, and then just go for the, wait, is this support Wraith King? Or is this support Lina?
It could be the support Lina. I mean, you kind of expect with Complexity to have it as that core Lina, but maybe not this game. I don't know, it's just every time we've seen the Lina be picked up by them before, it has been in that mid lane.
I think it might be a support Lina, because if you do that, then you have double stun, right? You can actually have them both be support if you really wanted to. Like Wraith King, Lina, both support, they roam with dual stun. You have Tusk off lane, Viper mid, and the safe laner. Both the Enigma ban, I'm assuming they're thinking one of those heroes is definitely a core.
Okay, so we're imagining to see the final support pick here, potentially still Z-Freak's hero. To be, I mean, obviously IG, they banned out
Moon's hero.
Well, IG banned out the Enigma.
So they're thinking that it's going to be Moon playing Tusk.
5
yeah, I get it,
seconds
yeah,
remaining.
from how it's how we read it so far, and that Wraith King and Lina would just be the lane duo. Huh. I kind of like this from Complexity. You know, they're kind of doing something different. They're talking about doing something different.
Ferrari Brew?
IG are bringing the brew into it. I think that might be the Luo Brew.
I was going to say,
that's going to be the Luo Brew. Yeah. Which, I mean, it's always nice to see a Brewmaster, not a hero that we see every day, and
IG have consistently...
Probably the first of this group stages, I'd imagine.
No, it's been played before.
Oh, it has been played before?
Yeah.
So. Okay.
I think IG actually the ones who playing it. Ferrari played it yesterday.
Hey!
Here we go.
Is this the first Techies? I know we didn't have any Techies yesterday.
He was banned a few times.
He was banned a few times.
I think it's going to be Tusk Techies, and that means that the Techies player on the team is Z-Freak, because Moon is playing Tusk.
Yeah, it's going to be Moon Tusk, Z-Freak Techies. It is going to be Swindle Melon's Viper, so it's going to be that Wraith King Lina, so it's going to be dual.
Yeah.
Coming out from the side of Complexity, and oh boy, here we go. Here we go. I mean, there's ever going to be a team that's going to pick Techies and pull it off in the clowniest, entertaining fashion, it's going to be complexity. I could imagine this is the kind of stuff that they have an absolute ball with. But IG at the same time, you know, they've got a Cop Undying, they've got a Bloodseeker, and they're throwing in a Tron Crystal Maiden. Right? And oh, okay, yeah, looks like it is. Yeah, Lua picking up a spot. Okay.
Yeah, I think they're going to do Queen Undying lane, and they're going to do Ferrari mid, and then Bloodseeker CM. So it's going to be 2-1-2 versus 2-1-2.
I guess as you were saying, for the fact that the Quad Viper matchup isn't really worth having.
Yeah, it's not very good. Yeah. Like, you don't want to put that matchup in.
Oh, this is... I feel that we're going to have a good game on our hands here, Andy. This is going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a fun game, yeah. That's the big part is, when you got Techies, you got to assume some things are going to go down.
Because he's straight out here, getting those mines down, ready for this lane in anticipation of what is going to be at the moment, in fact.
Does he have enough time to get mines down, though? Like, he needs 3 mines, I think, to kill. Level 1 minus.
I think he should with the TP out. That should be enough.
It's 300 damage. But the thing is, there's 20% physical damage reduction, so he does need a 3rd mine.
Burning's heading straight up.
If he only gets 2 mines, it's not going to kill him.
Puts it very close, though.
Yeah. But with the format shield, he takes...
Oh, the ice shot! Oh, the Techies right click!
It does no damage! He needs one more! Oh my god, that was... Oh,
that was nearly the dream.
But now the problem is he has to go back to base.
He does. He does. Burning's back to base.
He can clarity. No, I think it's more of a problem that Z-Freak has to go back to base.
Okay.
Because Techies is super slow, right? Yeah. He's got 270 base movement speed. And he's already dropped 2 mines. The clarity gives him, what, 170 mana? So that's only enough for, what, 3 mines total?
What? It's going to be eyed up here by Moomyanda now. It's going to be interesting how lanes are going to match up, because we saw Burning heading up to the top.
The battle begins.
And it's going to be a question if they keep him up there now. They're going to send him back down to the bottom. It is going to be Lua going on that solo offlane.
The Undying will come. Faith is just blocking mid.
Yeah.
I think the Undying Queen lane actually has an advantage. Because double stun typically is seen as, I want to kill a hero, but you can't go on Faith, and you can't double stun the Queen because she's never going to be in range. So how do you actually go on Luo? And how do you actually kill Faith? Because even if he just has like 1 point in a Tombstone or 1 point in a Decay, he's either going to have too much HP if you're a double stun to kill, or he's going to drop a Tombstone, and even if you kill him, you're going to end up losing 2 heroes. So I kind of favor IG, at least in top, bottom. I would definitely say...
And look, they managed to get the stun on Lua here.
Yeah.
He's going to be able to blink, but there's a lot of harassment being thrown down onto the quad. He's prepared for it, though. 3 tangos and a salve in tow. But this is Burning. He's going to have to deal with this Techies lane.
Yeah, he's not going to have a good time. Not at all. Z-Freak will hit 2, and then he can just instantly die. Or actually, Z-Freak and Moon both need level 2. And then once that happens, they can just go for the all-in and just kill him immediately.
Mid lane, how are we expecting this matchup to go here? Is Swindle going to be much of an issue for Ferrari? Obviously with that point in Drunken Haze there, it's going to make the CSing a little bit more tricky for this Viper. Bottom lane, Burning, chasing down Moon here, bringing him low. There's going to be a good time.
They can kill him, yeah, he's good.
They're turning this one around onto Tron. Here we go, let's try and find it. But, there's the ice shells, a little bit late. They do drop down the mine now, but it seemed like that was just... Everything was a bit lax there, came out a little bit too late. The combo didn't happen, and Tron's going to live through it.
Okay, so they probably are not very experienced playing this, because that should have definitely been a kill. Like, there is no way he should have been able to walk away from that one. 1 mine, 100% kills. So that was a little bit awkward. But maybe second tries the charm?
Yeah, I'm sure they'll get it next time. I'm sure if they do that again, that's going to be a kill. But they just wanted to scare him anyway. They didn't want to send Tron back to base.
They're sending a message, you know? It's like, we could do this. We're not going to.
Mid lane is Ferrari's playing this absolutely amazing. I mean, look at the moment, 9 for 5 against a 2 for 1.
Yeah, Brew destroys Viper.
Yeah, this is absolutely dominating for the Brewmaster. Swindle.
Drunken Haze is such a value point. It's like 1 point and you have 45% mischance, and it only costs 50 mana. So with CM alone, you can pretty much keep up Drunken Haze 24/7. It's a very, very good pick coming in from IG. And the other thing too during team fights is, back when people used to pick Brew a lot,
they got for it. This time they were going to mine straight down. This time they do blow the suicide, but heck, he gets him the first blood. That time the combo is a success.
Yeah, that's what we like
bottom tower is
we got to see the boom. But we were talking about the mid-match, how he functions here. Oh, they need a stun. Fine. But that matchup, oh no, is they're TPing? They're going.
Chasing this, Luo blinking forward aggressive. They got the Tombstone. Zizi getting low. Fly is there, has got mana to throw out a couple of spells. He's going to throw out one, but Burning turning up to the fight as well. They're not going to be able to dive this tower.
And bottom lane in the meantime, they lose the CM.
Z3 Cam Moon, they've got no mercy. Second pick off there for the boys.
Well, either way, I think a lot of this game is going to be down to mid. Like, Ferrari during team fights, he can control the Wraith King pretty much indefinitely. And Viper is not really that scary when you're in Brew Split and you have Bloodseeker as well. You're just going to take too much damage, I feel.
Swindleizer has managed to catch up a little bit in the mid lane, 9 for 3. Found himself some of the CS. But he's certainly still Ferrari there with that lead. Burning. He's going to sit top for the time being, look for a bit of a safer route to farm and lure Heisman. They've traded the lanes around here, make it a bit easier for IG. He's chasing this down, okay, onto Fly. Really low, but now with the lifesteal from City, then finds it just man up and turning around now to Burning, here in the right place, Life Tracker as well. Burning in a lot of trouble, and he will go down. Fly might lose himself, trying to run himself away. Snowball coming in, so he's going to save Fly, but with the Fly shards, Faith goes down as well, and it is going to be a 2-1 exchange there, favouring Complexity.
Nice little trade there. You can definitely see that Complexity are more comfortable when they have heroes like Tusk on their team, as opposed to what they were playing in the previous match, where it seemed a bit more defensive. I think they're a much better team at actually choosing their fights than they are sitting back and waiting for the enemy team to come to you. And as we said in one of the previous series, it's very nice to be able to just play aggressive instead of always waiting for the enemy team to do something before you react. A lot of people who play Dota will just say that reactionary Dota sometimes can just be losing Dota. So I like the fact that Complexity are taking the forefront here.
He's trying to lay down a bit of a mine camp here, but there is a sentry from IG, so they will be able to take it down.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Twan.
Oh, he's going down again. Z3 turns up to the fight with Moon in the snowball. Not a lot that a CM can do against this.
Nah, you just die straight up. Not a thing you can do. Level 3 Suicide does like, what, 850? Yeah. 850 full damage, so a Mine and a Suicide kills pretty much everyone. Yeah, everyone on the team of IG right now.
It's pretty terrifying here for the side of IG. Lua, he's got himself a bit of farm this lane now, 14 to 6.
Too bad.
A bit of space achieved for this quad. I mean, just looking around as well, in terms of taking down the mines when they do get vision out, they've just got the 2 ranged heroes, haven't they? Yes, the quad and the CM. I mean, CM herself, very squishy. It's going to be a hard job for her to do anything about the mine placement. Quap doesn't really want to have that issue as well, because it's your core. You need Luo finding the farm and not necessarily being pulled around the map to de-mine what Techies is putting down. It's going to be a tough thing for IG to play against. Top lane, just going in a little bit with a tickle onto Zizzy. There's the wraparound here from Complexity. Moon and Fly turning up for a bit of a party. Faith. Got a couple of stacks of decay on himself at the moment, but they're going to go for it nonetheless. Here we go with the snowball, trying to get the snowball to stop. Will they get him in time? Yes. Tombstone will not be able to be cast, and a clean kill there onto Faith's Undying.
Yeah, that's definitely really nice. Like, again, you can see the comfort factor for Complexity. They know how to play around these heroes much better than the draft that they picked for themselves last game. I'm not entirely sure if they just felt like they could do it, or if they wanted to try to do something outside of what they're used to, but this is definitely something that you can tell. Like, Complexity, outside of the Techies, a little, I guess, fumble in the beginning of the game. It seems like they have a good idea of what they need to do, and Swindle should be fine here. He's got 2
Radiant's middle
teammates
tower
behind
is under
him.
attack.
Not gonna go for the dive. The thing that's really important, though, is when Ferrari gets his Blink Dagger, when he's level 6, and they start actually trying to do full-fledged team fights. I think that's when you're going to start to see IG's lineup really come into its own.
Ferrari's for the moment, the farm looking very nice. Viper's actually on top of it, but on Tron. Oh, bless him. I think he might be dead. He certainly is. Fly there, bringing down
Crystal Maiden.
Crystal
More
Sister.
like Crystal
and Tron now. 3 deaths on the board. It's not been a fun game for the CM.
They're still farming alright though. Like, Brew Queen and Bloodseeker are still finding their CS on IG. So it's not as if they're being completely shut down. It's just, they're not able to sit in lanes because of the Tusk and the Techies. Like, that's the thing that's super annoying, is being in that lane and then just realizing that Suicide is off cooldown. You get snowballed, you're just dead. Like, there's nothing you can do.
At the moment, still in the mid lane. Piper, how's he doing on the road to his edge? He's gone for the Aquila here now with the Gullives of Haste onto the brown boot. No sign of any net progression as of yet. 7 minutes in, they're going to clear up some of the jungle here. Complexity. There's a smoke up, in fact, from IG. Burning, now level 6, does have that rupture. Ferrari, of course, with the Primal Split available, if they can kill the Viper, this would be very nice at this point.
He should be dead. Like, there's 4 heroes by team. If they don't kill him, it's going to be a disaster.
See how they do it. Here we go with the Rupture to lead in. He's going to look for the TP out. Oh, no, not with the Frostbite. Not a chance in here. And that is going to be in there. At the same time, that bottom lane. Tusk Techies, they went for the combo. Techies there with the suicide, finding the kill on Speaking of Pain.
And that almost puts Moon at level 6, so once he gets the punch, they might not need to use suicide every single time. They might be able to just get away with dropping a landmine instead and using the punch damage to be able to kill successfully.
Radiant's top tower has
and as this leaves like Ziz,
yeah, he's been out the
bottom tower.
He's free farming.
Under attack.
Like, yep, the game's creating a universe worth of space for me. This is good. He's gonna keep hitting some creeps. I think they might be able to get this tier 1 on the bottom lane. Yep, one mine just kills it.
Has fallen.
Although blinking himself away as well as Techies returns to the fray with the Tusk Moon Meander. 8 for 4 between the two sides. Blink Dagger, only 20 gold away now for Ferrari, so he's going to have that on in a very respectable 9 minutes.
And this is the point in the game where you can expect to see IG. They might just, oh yeah, they both bought smoke actually, so they're definitely going for a play right now. Normally when you have these initiation heroes with good team fight, the first thing you do when you get blink is you just immediately buy a smoke and you try to go for a gank. Now, I'm not sure if they'll be able to get a tower off this. I guess mid tower is below half, so maybe they can make something big happen. I don't think they'll try to go bottom. I'm trying to smoke gank Techies just to make a little bit of risk. So they'll probably just end up going mid and see if they can push the tier 1 after.
There are 3 heroes mid though here. Swindlemelon's on his own, but
yeah, but they got
Sly and Mooney and Darnie behind. Yeah. They can have a lot of presence in this map. Here we go, straight onto the Viper. Split straight away. Rupture's run down as well. Can they bring down this Viper? It certainly looks like we have tombstones there as well. Swindle will fall his blood right. Zizzy now TPing in here. Primal Split still going to work as they continue this. Zizzy's trying to remove this tombstone, but it remains. The zombie's doing a lot now with the Frostbite City. He can't take down the tombstone. He's getting very low. He does have the ultimate skill, but he's actually not going to need to worry about it. Popping his blink away from Ferrari. Gets himself out, and it will just be the Viper kill, but still, obviously very nice there for IG, getting themselves the kill and not losing anything in response. And if anything, just forcing Zizzy out of his lane and back to base, so slowing down his farm.
Yeah, it was a really nice split there from Ferrari. He actually kept both supports out of the team fight the entire time. Like, he put a Moon Meander in the air twice, and he actually waited on his cycle the second time until he only had like 1 or 2 seconds left on split to maximize the amount of time that Moon would be out after split wore off. So again, Ferrari Brew, pretty damn impressive, as always. But, I mean, only getting a Viper kill for split, it's not amazing, you know? Like, they get a kill, but could have been more. See, maybe potentially dive here from
Techies moving in. They know Ferrari's got no split. It's going to be a little bit of a trick one. They do have Fly Around as well, who has got
they had a ward. Yeah, they saw it. Okay.
They were aware of this.
And they'll also see the mines being put down as well, I think.
I mean, for the item build for the Wraith King, what can we expect to see? Is he going to go for that blink? Very ballsy TP out there. Does he go for the blink? Does he go for the blade mail? Or does he go for the BKB here in this?
He might go Midas.
For the Midas?
When you have Techies, the Midas is pretty much always good. Luo, he gets the slam jam bottom lane. That wasn't even like an explosion either from Techies. Like, he didn't suicide, he just used a mine. But that's what I was saying. Like, once you get the punch up, some heroes like Queen, they just don't have the HP to live. Like, period. They just can't do anything about it.
Absolutely not. More XP, more gold here for Moon and the Techies. Techies, what level is he sitting at now? Halfway through level 8. This has been a very good time for Techies. 5 kills at the moment on the man. Tusk Techies certainly working out for complexity, and we're starting to see why Techies has been banned out a few times already this tournament, especially when a team has already got their hands on the Tusk.
Techies is one of those heroes that he's been banned, like I said, a few times during the group stages so far, but no one has really, I think, done anything too crazy with him just yet, because it's one of those strategies I feel you want to try to do it a little bit later on. Like during the group stage, maybe complexity are feeling, since they've already 2-0'd 2 different teams, that if they can take like 1 game off of one of the better teams in the group, that they just automatically solidify themselves upper bracket, right? Like that could be a good reason as to why they would want to run it now.
Now look, they've got 5 heroes up here. They've got the Primal Split available again. Rock Rage as well. They're going to go for Zizzy here. He's got the ultimate here. We'll see if there's any kind of TP reaction from Complexity, or if they're just going to let him go down twice, because he's in a whole world of pain here. There's nothing that they can do to stop this, I don't think. Into the trees he runs. He's going to try and create as much time as he can, eating his way through with the jukes. No, TP tries for it, not going to happen, and well, double damage popped as well to rub some extra salt into those wounds, and that is going to be a pick-up onto the Raid game, which they did need, seeing as Rick hadn't died yet this time.
Yeah, it's been a while. He is going Midas, by the way. He bought his little haste before he died. Yeah, they weren't really able to get too much damage on the tier 1, but Z-Freak in the meantime was pushing bottom. He's going for suicide. Okay, fizzle. That's okay, though. He just didn't want to give Luo a kill.
Yeah, indeed, Luo with the ult ready and waiting. Could have very easily turned it around. Techies hadn't blown himself up. Try moving in onto Fly. Fly, a little bit low on the mana. Hasn't got enough for the Laguna. It's got the Soul Ring, though, with the Tranquils. And Burning, I believe, is that the Burning Midas out and done? It is. So we've got the Midas now complete onto your Bloodseeker.
Typically when Techies is in a game, the same reasoning you buy Midas with Techies is the same reason you buy Midas against Techies. The game is probably just going to last a while. So no matter what, you want to just make sure that you're maximizing your efficiency. And the nice thing about Bloodseeker too is you can Blood Rage yourself in Midas creeps for like burst heal inside of a team fight, which a lot of experienced Bloodseekers, like, you don't want to leave your Midas off cooldown for too long, just try to do that, but if you're paying enough attention, you can make it happen in some fights, which is kind of cool.
The difference between the two teams at the moment is complexity with the lead. 9-7, 3k advantage in terms of net worth. So it's just something 14 minutes in, nothing too massive, but this game's certainly looking a lot better for complexity than game 1 did against IG.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is the surprise factor. I'm not sure if IG knew that complexity were capable of running Techies, but it's always kind of got to be in the back of your mind, right? Like, that hero, he influences the way the game is played so much. Think of what Brood does to a lot of drafts. Techies is pretty much the same way. And I think IG, they're kind of suffering from that kind of syndrome. It's the, oh, we weren't expecting that kind of thing. And even Ferrari, like, he's saving up a lot of money right now. He might even be going Midas too. Yeah, he's buying Midas. So it's going to be Midas gaming.
Okay, interesting move indeed from the sides. We could be in here for the long haul if these item builds are anything to go by. Z-Freak and Mumianda moving in smoked up. They've got the suicide ready and waiting. Towards the mid lane they go. Ferrari's going to be the target. He's got a the setup from Flam. Very nicely done. They blow up Ferrari before he has any chance of getting off the primal split. Very nice pick up there from Complexity. Moving forward. They're going to look to secure this tier 1 here in the mid lane. Yeah, the Master. I don't think there's anything IG are going to be comfortable.
Radiant's middle tower
Viper able to take himself that one. And how many Midases are we actually seeing coming out?
I think that's the 3rd Midas, right?
So Viper Midas.
No, it's 4.
So it's the 4th Midas.
Yeah.
Raid King Midas, Bloodseeker Midas, and of course the Blue Midas.
And top lane.
4 on the top. Never kill that for the Tusk Techies.
Yeah, I think both teams are just gonna continually build Midases. Like, what else do you do when you're playing against Techies, right? You can't just assume that you're going to be able to breach high ground, especially like you mentioned earlier. Their team is not really that good at clearing out mines. They got like 1 or 2 heroes. And CM is not notorious for the ability to right-click, right? So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, so Luo is going to make a nice whole fly.
He's going to go for it here, Luo, jumping forward. A little bit low on the mana there. Did play the ult for that one as well, and well, Fly's just going to be able to walk it off. That is a level 1 ult, so it's got a hefty cooldown then. A couple of minutes before Luo is going to be able to do anything too aggressive across the map. Z-Freak with the levels on this top lane has found himself level 11 as well. Has the point booster, 1700, 1800 gold on top of it. So this Techies is certainly having a good time this game.
Yeah, he's very farmed actually.
And the Axe is going to be a pretty reasonable timing at this rate.
Yeah, but he's going the, I guess, norm build now, where you just build a couple of null talismans. Sometimes you go treads, you get the Orb of Venom in lane for harassing. I don't think even if IG put a 3rd hero in that lane, they would have been able to win it. Like, that's how annoying Tusk Techies can be. So for now,
it's pretty much what we've seen Ferrari do time and time again. Every time Thomas gets a motor, they go in with the smoke. There was a suicide available as a free throw. He might need to think about using it. He's going to use it straight away there. Doesn't want to give away a kill to IG. Techies is out of it. Ferrari getting incredibly low. And unfortunately for IG, that smoke doesn't achieve that.
We have also acquired Midas number 5, by the way.
Oh, who's got
Luo?
Luo?
That's the Midas. Yeah.
Okay, right. What Midas?
It's on the way to him right now.
Midas gaming is certainly real in this, and maybe that's, as you're saying, that's what you got to do in a Techies match.
That's kind of the answer. It's like, okay, we're never going to go high ground, but we'll be able to out-farm you. I think that's the mentality. But I think the complexity might be the ones who want to push the pace. because even though both of their cores have gone Midas, the rest of their heroes are building items to fight. So for instance, the Luna is going Yules, not Midas, and the Techies is going for Aghanims, clearly. And most Techies players don't build Midas anyway, but I think the Complexity are actually going to want to try to force the issue with their Techies, which is a bit interesting. I mean, they can continue to do that when they have Suicide up, because it's just like, okay, I snowball in, I Suicide, I can kill even the tankiest hero on IG, which is Ferrari.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I think maybe when they see 3 Midases on IG, that they just say, oh, well, we're just going to push.
Ferrari still just had that primal split available, of course, didn't use it in the end of that top fight. Moomiander here with an invis ring. Oh, Luo should be able to nick when he will, and maybe this is a bit of an overextension here for Complexity. Ferrari coming in. The Ice Show's trapping him against the tower here, but it doesn't matter for Moon, he's still going to drop. Z-Freak has
he needs 5 seconds.
Oh, he's going to go to the TV. 4, 3, 2, 1. It's got the soul ring to do it. Suicide. Yes, yeah.
Nice.
Suicide from Techies. He's all right. He's out. And it was just Moomiander there giving away the kill, but it did force all 5 of IG there to that tower. And at the moment, Complexity finding quite a bit across the map. The pressure being applied on the bottom lane by the Wraith King. As he's knocking on this tier 2, and he might even find it with these creepers.
Yeah, I think Ferrari's nearby. He might go for the denial. Here we go.
But nonetheless, very clutch suicide there from the Techies to get himself out. I think, to be fair, most of his deaths have been suicides. I don't think he's given away that much to the enemy team.
Are all of his deaths suicides? I think he might have died. No, he hasn't died at all. I think every single deaths are suicides. Yeah. The other thing too that's
oh, mid lane, Ferrari and Luo going hard. Oh, the Laguna Blade gets thrown out, but it's not enough to bring them down. It's going to be alright.
Yeah, this game is it's going to get interesting as it kind of rolls out here, because everyone's just Midas gaming. Okay, here we go. Complexity now picking up some fighting-oriented items. We get Blink Dagger and Rage King. We got now on Swindle after his Midas. I feel like soon, once Z-Freak picks up his Aghanims, that's going to be the real point where you're going to start seeing Complexity pressure. And playing against Techies from behind, not fun. And bottom lane, Ziz, he's going to be able to get that kill, I think. Yeah, Raise Fire Blast, damage over time mechanics, getting him a kill.
A bit of a wraparound here as well from Z-Freak. He's spotted out Ferrari towards the bottom lane. Moomiander, Swindle Melons. Now Luo's here. It's going to be very hard to hit. They're going to try and maybe bait out the blink here. Moomiander went in behind, but nah. Luo, he blinks forward. I think he was aware that something like that might have occurred. And he should be able to get himself out. Just cutting the way. They are going to head there towards him. They have 3 heroes. Luo just trying to look to play around it. Light Strike Array just a little bit short and off the mark. Luo's going to be fine. Just juking in and out. Doesn't have himself a TP, so he's going to have to take the long route back to his half of the map here. Without Z-Freak, TP coming in from Crystal Maiden. Top lane though, we might see Faith fall down and we just saw Ripple back so sometime a there's just snowball. Zizzy Moomiander bring down Faith. Oh, Techies committing suicide, what was that about? In the mid lane, looks like Luo and Burning jumped on him. Yeah, Sonic Wave was actually blown as well, so again, another situation in which Z-Freak gets off his suicide.
Every single time, like he's not even dead for that long, because you get the 50% reduced respawn time or whatever you suicide, so instead of being dead for like a minute, he's dead for like 30 seconds, maybe even less. It's still pretty close to Ags, needs about, let's see, 900 gold?
Yeah, he's just on the final item now,
yeah. Fortunately for IG, they did find that little patch of mines that Z-Freak get thrown down prior to suiciding there. They're being forced to suicide, I should say. But neither team really wants to push the pace that much right now. It's Midas Gaming versus Midas Gaming. Burning, though, having BKB, that means that with Ferrari having Blink and Burning having BKB, you don't have to worry about mines, or remote mines as much, because you can just like Blink in and split, or you can
Looking for Roshan here, Complexity. Fly out easy in the pit at the moment. With the lifesteal and the crit, they should be able to do it. It's not going to be the quickest, but at the same time, it doesn't look like IG are aware of this. Ferrari on the top lane with Faith, and towards the bottom, just defending the tier 2. Just leaving Burning here by the Ancient, so I think, even at the rate that they're doing it, Complexity should get away with this.
There's not really much movement that's going to be going through the jungle. That's one of the other problems. It's actually very difficult to walk through that side of the map, because you don't actually know how many mines Z-Freak got when he was in that many places. Because if you you look at IG though, they play step up front. Like after the laning phase, Burning's like, screw this, I'm out. You know, I'm just gonna farm the woods. I don't want to sit down here with mines. So exploring that particular section of the map, knowing that Z-Freak has kind of been down there, it's a bit scary.
Yeah, with the tier 2 down now on the bottom lane, they may look towards this tier 2 in the mid. Fly, taking the charge. Viper, of course, the one to hold the Aegis in. And with the mech treads and Kid fairly tanky, you're going to have to kill the Ice flying through. Oh, pushes Luo away. And at this point, Complexity doing what we kind of expected, grouping up as a 5-man. And they're ready to push, they're ready to fight. They've seen the Midases come out and they want to take IG on head on at this point.
I think if they have good blink initiation, they might be able to kill Ferrari before he splits. But Z-Freak has to suicide for that. Like 100%.
And Ferrari wants to make the jump. Here we go. He gets the split off and here's the fight. Almost for the moment in place now. This is a big freezing field here from Try. The Techies down again. Techies does manage to get the suicide off. No one else in Complexity has died yet. Swinnerman gets the mag on. Techies with the stun onto Burning. Bloodrunner gets laid down. Crashes down. We go. He gets the server off just in time. Straightforward on Burning. This one trying to do what he can to help. It doesn't matter though because Moon's already dead. Swinnerman, he's in a bit of trouble, but he's fairly damn tanky here. Luo blinks away. And it will just be the Tusk falling in this fight. Moon losing his life. Suicide committed by Techies. The Prama split, Throwdown and Complexity still in a position where they're ready to hold. Continue to push and blinking forward as well. This leader has no fear. He's still got the ultimate available. Moving forward, Bloodright is going to be laid down. Someone's going to take the brunt of it. But still, Complexity arguably standing very strong here in the mid lane.
Well, they know it splits down, at least for a little while. And Rupture is not too long of a cooldown, so it'll probably be back up, maybe even before this tower dies. But a couple of big ultis were used, so Queen of Pain throughout Sonic Wave splits down. That means you can pretty much continue to push as much as you want, as long as you don't need too many blood raids. Equivalent to with his Poppy give you a run at you, and then you'll have some serious hits.
Oh, Zizzy forward looking for the stun onto Ferrari. With the reaction there. Then indeed Viper takes the tower. Second tier 2 now for the side of Complexity. Just this final one sitting on the top lane. Talking about the top lane, Burning. Pushing this lane out as far as he can. Top PKG, 1,500 gold net worth wise. He is second on the board. Pretty much even with the Viper from the side of Complexity Swindle Melons. And Swindle Melons now with that Yasha picked up as well. Looking pretty strong for 25 minutes into this game. And Zizzy actually come up here to the top lane. We're going to look for an altercation here with Burning Laser. We have him to come out top, and Burning is a little bit too speedy. Burning just TP's out of there. He doesn't want to get caught out by the side of Complexity. And with the graphs at the moment, it's about a 4k lead in terms of gold. XP just a little less so, but nonetheless a lead for Complexity that they've maintained for the majority of this game. And Complexity, and I said it before, I'll say it again, looking a lot better here in game 2 against IG.
Yeah, and Z-Freak's also setting up some pretty good mines here, just to make sure if anybody goes high ground or has a sentry there, you're going to explode. Like, I don't know if anybody can live through that right now. What level are those mines? Yeah, he's not level 16 just yet, so each one is 600 damage. He could kill Burning here. Yep.
Gotta love Techies. Oh, double kill. Chuang also dying elsewhere to the Techies. So
he found some lines in the woods.
And now, Ferrari's got the split. He might need to use it because there are more heroes moving in than he will indeed. Pops the split. And I don't think he'll really have to find anything on the map. He might just have to get himself out of it. He's actually sticking around here with Moon. Swinnermelons is there as well. Faith on the high ground. See if he can do anything here to help out Ferrari. Ferrari has done a fair bit of damage here to Moon. They're up and that's it. Moon just standing there. Okay, that's one down. There's the mech for Swindle. Might lose some time now with the snowball. Can Swindle do enough damage to bring that throw? This is snowball going to Luo. The zombies are just, oh my god, they're breeding like rabbits here. There's so many. Double kill for Luo though off the back of it. Heading for a 2 for 2. The neck looks okay. Pops the Aegis there with the feedback damage there from killing that Necro unit. But what a mess of a fight. It is kind of, I don't know if I can say it's good for IG because they do end up losing the Brew at the end of it all. They did take down the Tusk, they did get the Lina as well. But maybe not the fight that they were hoping for off the back of it.
They're going to lose a tier 2 for that, I think. Like, they can't really commit to a team fight like that when it's not over some objective. Like, they weren't defending a tower, they kind of just ran into somebody into the woods and casually popped Primal Spit to try to fight. Like, that's kind of the worst way to use the ulti when you're relying on that ulti very much to be able to defend your base, because now It's going to be down for about 40 seconds. This tower for complexity is totally free. And I think there's also going to be Ziz picking up an MKB right now because he wants to avoid that mischance coming in from the Drunken Haze. And a little bit worried right now for IG. They're not really able to get much map control going for themselves at this point.
Complexity certainly seems to be back on the foot that we saw in the RP series. And Ferrari going forward. He's got back split for 20 seconds. He's going to load. He's got a suicide event because he feels he needs to pop in. Going getting loaded into Draskyl coming in with the control. Grid of pain line will go down. Clean up though with the BKB. And here we go. Here's your Bloodseeker turning up the fight, ladies and gentlemen. Double kill for Burning. Looking as easy here as well. That's going to be the Raid King. Funny, but Raid King does have the ultimate. Swinnerman won't be able to bring that in with the help of our strong Techies. Zizi and Swinnerman, can they go back in for more? That's the question. They're both going to get laid out by Burning. They're all bring that to the side. Swinnerman will let's go for more. Look at him go with the lifesteal grants to him by Zizi. Still going pretty down well from the frostbite. So I'm trying holding their place. Swinnerman still in the TP out. Zizi holding Burning in play. Burning can he get the hit in? No, he can't. Burning will now TP out himself. Zizi brings off to the sidelines.
Why was he running?
And
why did he run from that? He already used Frostbite. He could have just killed Burning. Alright, that was definitely a misplay. He had 3 people on that team dead. Rupture was already used. There was no blood ray. I have no idea why Ziz ran in that situation. Like, if you're just mad fighting and you have lifesteal and crit, like, you're gonna win that mad fight. Like, Burning even knew he was gonna die. That's why he TP'd. He's like, there's no way I can kill the Raid King right now. I have to run.
It's good news for Burning though. 3.6k gold in the bank, coming up to level 16 here as well. But still, the trade looking very good for Complexity. Complexity holding on to that lead. And
they got the MKB now too.
Oh, okay. This man's going to be punching.
Yeah. Hopefully he doesn't bail on a free kill next time.
Roshan, we're going to see when it's back up in just over a minute or so. Freak already setting up camp here with the mines. But still, IG, what is the plan for them? They've got to continue to wait until this Bloodseeker... Oh, we've got an... Okay, Midas and Dime. How many Midases we got now on IG? So you got Ferrari Midas.
4, right?
Faith Midas. Luo Midas. Luo. Oh, hey!
See you later, bud.
See you later, buddy. Juan might go for a Midas himself. He's got 1600 gold. There might be the CM Midas. It might be a full 5-man Midas gaming coming out from the side of IG.
They could really use a Glimmer Cape though too. I don't know if he's going to be able to go Midas.
I don't know. If your team goes Midas, you just got to go full Midas.
I mean, he can.
He can go for Midas. I just think that one person on the team should have, like, a
support item, you know? Everyone else is kind of just doing their own thing, like build Midases.
We'll see what Tron opts for. Top thing. Was easy moving, and he's going to find himself burning here. This man does a lot of damage with this MKB. Oh, he might just go for it here. I mean, Burning has blood raged himself. Look at the damage here. Burning.
One crit.
Oh, he's got a Shadow Blade. Oh, that's gonna be painful. There is backup coming in. He's gonna TP out though. Oh no, not the play there for Burning. Zizi hunts him down and does manage to get himself the kill.
That was unlucky from Burning. If he had gone down, he would have lived. Like, he just checked, you know. He's like, I wonder which way he went, and then just guesses the direction. He ends up being right. So, unfortunate for Burning, but I'm glad that Ziz has decided that now he can actually man fight. And by the way, if he got like a single crit, there would have been no way Burning would have lived nearly that long. Like, just one crit kills him, because it's a 300% multiplier, right? So it's basically like 3 auto attacks.
That's a pretty nasty crit from the operation. You could have RNGs on your side.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Now, the push on the top lane, they want that final tier 2. IG, they're ready to defend us. Luo, try moving in. Zizi with a simple blink back. It's just Zizi and Fly here at the moment. Here comes the artillery. Moomiander moving in from the sideline. Swindle and the full gang. Zizi setting up the bombs here. Oh, very aggressive blink out from Luo. Straight into it all. The green away and the punch. It's going to be a Queen of Pain dead. Now Burning, because he's losing the mana. He's still got enough mana here for the ultimate, but he's only just needs to be very, very careful. Now getting the split on Fly, he's trying to do what he can. Day 3 is still there. And Moomiander did manage to bring down the Undying. It was really well done. He's fighting against Woodman's Tron. He's almost going to force his trying to teach out the Frostbite, holding him back. Now comes the Snowball. It's a killing spree here for Fly. Burning's running himself the hell out of this fight. Ferrari's kind of left out here with the Warriors punch holding him at place. The stuff to follow as well. Ferrari will fall. Main tier 3 kill for Zizi. 4 heroes down. The gem retrieved as well. Tier 2 to fall. And they're ready to push to the base. only Ferrari with buyback available here for this defense. He's almost going to lose it here. Or they may just lose a set of rounds. Fortification is available. Burn getting caught out. Zizzy blinks straight forward, takes down the burning Bloodseeker. Down for a minute. It is available for the BS, and again, they need to use it here. They're going to lose at least one set of ranks.
Even if he buys back, it doesn't matter. He needs like 3 or 4 people alive to defend this for sure.
They're going to go for more. In this freeway of snowball to save any kind of time. And okay, it looks like they're going to back up. I mean, Roshan is up, so this is a play. They take themselves a set of melee racks, and they'll go back and look for Roshan, and if it wasn't going to make it even easier for them to do so, double damage is there, waiting to be claimed.
We talked about RNG Jesus. It's got to be on your side.
It's back
Certainly
on the
is
side now.
complexity. Now for now, IG, they don't have a good way of dealing with all the cores. Like, burning doesn't do enough damage. Normally during the start of the game, Bloodseeker is notorious for having like a very strong lane, transitioning into having very early item progression. You just can't deal with it. So because of the fact they did that Techies combo, burning, he died 2 times and then had to go jungle. By the way, it is Midas. 5-man Midas gaming from IG.
Nice.
I just don't think that there was ever a time in the game where burning was really ahead. Like normally his CS is insane and he's always contributing in a big way. Like look at the last match. Even if he wasn't farming, he was trying to make something happen with drinks by trying to push or trying to look for picks. For this game, he just got pressured so hard during the lane that he spent most of the first 20 minutes just in recovery phase. And no one else really was able to accomplish that much. The first few splits, they might have killed the hero, but the tier 1 from Complexity is still alive in middle lane. When you split and you don't get an objective, it's not doing enough. Like, the split has to be very impactful every time it's used. Same reason why heroes like Warlock are very seldom picked nowadays, because if you have an ulti that you use, it's not like and you don't get something in the early game, then it just becomes almost a liability. And I kind of feel like that's where IG are right now, which is, it's kind of crazy, because Ferrari plays a spectacular brute. It's not like he's playing bad. It's just they weren't able to pressure enough.
Yeah, I mean, the brute at the start, we saw what he was doing in lane. He was having an absolute grand old time, but now it's getting to the point.
Everyone's pinging the sign saying...
There's probably mines here. We can't see them, we can't do anything about them because of the ags, but we'll know they're there. There's still such an annoyance to play against for IG. Tier 3's down.
How do you stop this?
It's Complexity playing at full force. They're going to go for the racks here, and here we go. Zizzy gets this one out onto the front right now. In the case of Zizzy, the mana is falling at an incredible rate here. Very cringe, but he needs to be careful if he wants to get off his own. Here we go. Second set of many racks now.
They can't do anything.
It's all because of the Swindle has got this completed AC. Second set of the racks down here on the bottom lane. Just the mid racks remaining here for the side of IG along with the ranged rack on top. And as you said, it just feels like the Blades are amping it up and IG can't find a stopper.
The problem is right now, because Aghanims is out, they're using it.
Look at this.
Dire's middle tower has been denied.
They're using it as a metric to push, right? So they're saying if our side is up, we put it on high ground. It cannot be detected. There's no way you can attack it. We use that as to say, alright, if you want to blink on us, Ferrari, go ahead. You'll instantly die. Like, you're not even going to be able to use clap. You'll have to blink and immediately split. That case is not optimal. You want to be able to use the clap before split to ensure that people are near you when the split actually goes off. So the other alternative is, if Complexity are running away, for whatever reason, the only people who can actually get out of the base are people with blinks. So you need to have Brew blink away or Luo blink over, in which case 3 of the 5 heroes on your team are not going to be able to continue to chase out. Because Burning doesn't have blink. Maybe he can like BKB and run over them, but then you're wasting BKB time. Like, it's such a hard game to play around Techies at this point. You have Bloodseeker, Brew, and Undying all melee. It's just not, it's not a good matchup.
That doesn't seem to be working out for them so far. Right, here we go. Sorry, backfield from space straight away. Zizzy with the BKB trying to find out through the But BKB with the blood right there, moving to the side and chasing down the Complexity. There's a continuous fight burning, but the BKB fighting struggles going through it, holding him back. So he's going to feel like they've still got these rulings fighting through this all, and looking forward with a punch onto Grant. Swindle and says his message towards Chris May. That's the Crystal Maiden down. Zizzy getting low. He has still just got mana hit the ultimate, and he's going to need it here. Coming back for round 2. The Luna Blade there from Fly, helping to finish off Ferrari, taking John as well for the fun. And that's 2 heroes down on the side of IG. Neither with buyback available. moving up to the high ground, looking for tier 3, is going to be able to find it. The final set of main ranks are now exposed. They're actually looking for more blood here, and they're going to find it. Blue one drops as well. 3 heroes to fall. Complexity losing nothing. GG is called. America's done it. They win a game against RG after a series that started in a fashion that looked like, damn, Complexity are out of their depth. But they come back in game 2 with an incredibly ferocious game.
I'm going to hand it to Complexity, man. They pulled through.
Yeah.
Again,
Three wins and 1 loss today.
They silenced the doubters. They say, you know what, we are here, we belong here. We can take games off the best teams in the world. This game, in general, the way that Complexity played it, this felt comfortable for them. It didn't feel like it was something that was foreign. Like last game, they seemed kind of out of sorts, you know? They were getting pressured by Ferrari a lot. The TA matchup in mid, it went okay, but didn't go great. And Ferrari kind of